But when it comes to making an offer, so next time you're in a negotiation, consider doing something a little bit differently than you might have done in the past. In your next negotiation, there will come a time when you have to make an offer. Either it's the opening offer or it's a counter offer. Next time you're supposed to make an offer, don't make an offer. Instead, make 2 or 3 offers at the same time. This is the notion of what's called making multiple offers simultaneously. Instead of saying, my offer is this price with this royalty rate with these terms, you give them 2 or 3 full packages. We can do it option A, we can do option B, or we can do option C. The reason to do that is because often you don't know where they have more or less flexibility. When you give them 2 or 3 different ways of doing it, you not only signal flexibility, which they appreciate, you can say legitimately to them, listen, we know what works for us, but we also want to make sure it works for you. So if you can do it with a very, very high royalty rate, here's what that would take. But if you don't have much flexibility on that, but you have flexibility on these other terms, we could do it this way or this way as well. My record, I believe, for the most number of offers I made at one time to the other side, it was a deal we were doing in Australia, was 27. Now it sounds crazier than it was. There was 3 broad categories of offers. We can do it this way, this way, or this way, with some permutations that were sort of described in each one. And the reason we had to do it was because they weren't willing to sit down with any of the people that were bidding for this project. And so we wanted to make sure that we're not guessing incorrectly what they care about more and what they care about less, where they do and don't have flexibility. So we're going to tell them all the different ways we can do it. Generally speaking, I am a huge fan of saying to the other side in a negotiation, I know where I need to get. I'm flexible on how we get there. I will often say exactly those words. I know where we need to get. I am flexible on how we get there. So as long as you can meet these needs, we're going to be flexible on style, structure, and anything else that you need. Or to put it a different way, the more currencies you allow someone to pay you in, the more likely you get paid. All right, so it's one thing to want this much, but if you're also going to tell them, and the only way we're going to accept it is if you do it this way, you're creating more constraints. If you show more flexibility in the deal structure, all of a sudden there's more degrees of freedom for them to be able to give you what you need to be able to say yes happily.